Yeah. Hello everybody. I am a little bit late, but the next game has already started. I have with me Coach, who is the only Pacer fan I know in existence. Um, the score is 19-11. Knicks is the Knicks typically do. They let the visiting team kind of warm up. They're giving the Pacers like a chance to kind of like get into the flow before they actually start playing. But Coach, let me ask you a question.
Yes,
What is your actual? Do you believe the Pacers are actually going to win this game, or are you just being a fan? Like, what is your?
there hasn't been a game I didn't believe we were going to win. So
You a
far in
fan
this play,
fan?
but no, we went and got two, against Milwaukee, and we got the first two against Cleveland. So we're not settling just because we got game one.
Right. So it's 1914. What is your? I have obviously we be beefing on the wall about the Pacers. Um, I have I have I don't want to say I don't have respect for the Pacers, but I don't have any thoughts about them, which is kind of disrespectful. What do you think I'm missing?
You're just missing experience with watching them play. I think everybody gets so wound up in watching the big city teams play all year and being on TNT and stuff. So you get used to. So if Ant goes for 40, you're like, yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. But if a Pacer goes for 30 or 40, everybody's like, where did that come from? Well, the nation doesn't watch us. And so now everybody is hopping on and making their own predictions. But we are who we are. I mean,
Listen, I wouldn't say that. Like I watched a little bit of the Pacers, um, past and present. I've never said anything terrible about Tyrese Halliburton.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the nation doesn't pay attention to us, right, during the season. Like we've been doing this show for a minute. How much time have we talked Pacers basketball? Not much. You know what I mean? And so now that we're in the Final Four, now everybody has to pay attention. It's kind of like the Gonzaga story. Like nobody watches Gonzaga during the regular season, but
Right.
then in the tournament, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that team." So I don't blame people
Whose
for it.
fault is that? Whose fault is that? Is that
It's a little bit of the Pacers' fault because they don't show this during the season. They're not consistent with it. And kind of like what you've been saying about Boston, how we don't really got a guy that we're going to market. We don't. Tyrese Halliburton just isn't attractive to people. Would rather watch Anthony Edwards try to dunk on people than Tyrese Halliburton shooting his ugly jump shot. But
I, I, first of all, I don't think Tyrese Halliburton's jump shot is that ugly. We've seen uglier jump shots in the past. Um,
not too many. Not too many. And I'm a Pacer to my heart. Bill Cartwright and Tyrese Halliburton are up there with the ugliest J's. But it goes in, so I'm happy.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I don't think it's that we don't pay attention to the Pacers. I just think that we went through a number of phases, right? We went through the 90s when the Pacers was at the forefront and they were the ultimate Knicks rival. Then we went, I mean, we kind of dabbled at the same time with the and one situation. We came out of the and one mixtape era and we're looking for more. And Pacers and Indiana basketball, Midwest basketball in general is kind of the word is unseasoned. The word is like not very flashy. It's very fundamental, and I don't think that that's the kind of basketball people watch, which is also like a reflection about the WNBA. I mean, the WNBA and in the Midwest basketball to me are they play the same kind of style, very fundamental basketball, and
But whose fault is that? Because just because y'all like Rucker Park style doesn't win NBA titles. So as much as y'all love to see it, it's not going to win in this. Now it's great at Rucker Park. It's great on N1 mixtapes. It's great. But playing 5-on-5 basketball, that style doesn't never wins. So that's kind of y'all fault
I'm
for
sorry
falling in love
if
with
you're
the.
calling it y'all or most of America.
No, it's
Most
not
of
most.
America,
No.
like
Mm-mm,
most of
mm-mm.
America is not watching Indiana basketball. It's not just us. You making it a us versus them thing. It's really the majority versus the minority.
Okay, everybody west of the Mississippi watches Laker basketball because that's the only people that they show. Everybody on the East Coast watches New York, Boston. That's about it. So I get it. We're in the Midwest, and we don't have that guy that can dunk on you and all stuff. But as you talk history, you talk the '90s, you talk the 2000s, when the Bulls were dominating, who was right there with them, challenging them? The Knicks and the Pacers. When LeBron goes to the Miami Heat, who's there challenging them? The Pacers. So we're always there. We just don't ever have that superstar.
I, I don't think we're saying anything different. I'm
That's,
saying like the Pacers basketball isn't enough to win over the fair weather fan.
well, if the Fairweather fan is looking for and one stuff, I get it. But once again, you're not watching. The NBA Finals has never been about that. And this is what we're talking about. So yeah, throughout the regular season, we're not really entertaining to the casual fan because we don't have the superstar player that's making the superstar highlights. But we're trying to win a championship. We're not trying to.
I
We're not trying to win the face of the league. Meanwhile, you got a guy in Minnesota who's trying to be face of the league, but
but that's not where the money is made. This is
no,
not.
they.
This is an entertainment league,
Mhm,
right? So you're telling me, oh, we're right in the thick of it between the flashy teams like the Lakers and flashy teams like the Heat or the Knicks. But at the end of the day, the person that doesn't know fundamental basketball is also watching, right? So if you already get the fan that's okay with fundamental basketball or not, and the
mhm,
fan that's only okay with flashy basketball,
mhm.
you win more of the majority of the viewing population, which is the goal of any business, right? So
If you're in a big market, yeah. But you got most of America that if you'd asked them a month ago, name a team that Bronny James can start for, they probably would have said the Pacers because they don't know anything about us.
don't disrespect yourself. Nobody would have said the Pacers.
Damn right, he wouldn't even make our team. But you know what I'm saying?
Nobody would have said the Pacers. You're just upset.
I'm not upset. Hey, listen, I lived in Indiana my whole life. I know the only time we get national attention is the Indy 500, and maybe when we host the Final Four every 4 years. But other than that, people don't pay attention to us. So it's okay.
Right. Hold
You
on.
know,
Somebody else asked me for the invite. Um, um yeah, the score is 19-19. We need to see some magic. Oh, what's Halliburton? Did he just foul out or he's taking a rest? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I wish we found out.
How did Halliburton just foul out? I don't wish that. I actually okay, so in the same vein, speaking about Halliburton, if we're getting Pacer basketball wrong, how is the people that play in the league with Tyrese Halliburton saying that he's overrated? How is everybody playing with him and the Pacers saying the same thing we're saying on the outside and getting it wrong as well?
You know who I think? I think what made him overrated, what made people say that, is because he was on the Olympic team, and there were people like Dame Lillard, Jalen Brown. There were people out there that people considered better than Tyrese Halliburton. And why is that dude on the dream team? Not dream team, but why is that dude getting a gold medal? Blah blah blah. So I mean, it's more of hate than anything. I mean, it's not even factual. Those people who voted that don't play that way when they play against us.
Right.
So
So
um,
you think it's just ego that people like
yeah,
ego of people that okay.
people
I
just
understand that.
people that think they're better than him, and jealous because he had a roster spot and he won a gold medal, and he was on that team, and he didn't play that many minutes. But you know, those people think that every time Indiana wins, it's luck. Like there's a whole bunch of people in the country thinking Neesmith is luck, and they don't know he's been shooting what 53% from three all playoffs long. They don't know that.
So how do we? Okay, I get it. I get what you're what the summation of what you're saying. Like we don't watch enough pace of basketball to know the players to understand that their team that was put together with very good players that aren't household names.
Right. I mean, you know when the first takes when the first things first, even the Gills Arena when they talk for 6 to 7 months about one team, and
Mm,
even when the Lakers are on a losing streak or the Lakers are not even playing, they're talking about LeBron and the Lakers. So they never give the rest of the league. And I said this like a couple months ago. I said we're missing out on a lot of good basketball players that people don't
right.
think are good because you're focused on 3 or 4 teams in the league.
But I listen. I was team Edward. You remember I tried to
Yeah.
get make Cade Cunningham Day. I tried I tried to like lean into what you were saying because I do agree with you that like we don't look at the other teams and that's how these other teams kind of slip in, not slip, but they're good enough to be there, but we just don't respect them enough visually.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of everybody's fault. But then again, if I was in the NBA, would I put the Pacers on national television 15 times a year? Probably not. You know, they don't have that player. They don't have that. We don't play that style that everybody's like, oh, let's go out and play it. But we got that style that wins in playoffs.
I wish I could stand up because it's easier for me to like focus. But yeah, so I Neesmith is the one that I would say I did not recognize and did not really expect to come through, but I also I also think that you know shout out to players like that because they're going to make a name for themselves in the league and they're just probably going to expand um people's want to explore other players. One of my
Hmm.
favorite Instagram One of my favorite Instagram profiles to follow is average basketball players. Like they just highlight what we call average basketball players on their page and do
Hmm.
like, highlights on them, and they have a good following. And I think that's a great way to have a good movement for what you're talking about. Not that Lee Smith is automatically in the average category, but I'm sure some good players are going to get picked up along the way and examined and actually given the credit that they should be due in spaces like that. So shout out to them.
And
Um,
I like what we were doing too. You know, everybody who whether it was Halliburton that we featured, whether it was Cade Cunningham, whether it was Castle for the Spurs, everybody that we focused on won awards or had good seasons.
mhm,
You know, so that's why I love this podcast because I know I'm surrounded by people who know basketball, not just know first take.
right.
You know what I mean? But you know, the casual fan, I mean,
So
that's the
who else on the Pacers do you expect to show out that we are not paying attention to?
Nimhart. Nimhart, you gotta think he was showing out at Gonzaga, you
Okay.
know, but once again with NIL and transfer portal, no one respects the Gonzagas, the Butler Universities, those teams that have seniors playing, and then they make it far in the tournament. So Nimhart, TJ McConnell is going to give you 6 to 10 points, but his 6 to 10 points are going to be like, how in the hell is he doing that? Like, how is the smallest guy on the court getting 3 or 4 layups?
Right.
You know, and stuff like that. So um, all year long, I've said this that Miles Turner has been when Miles Turner plays well, we win. When Miles Turner plays my height, which is 5'10", um, we don't do so well. So and it's crazy that we're playing the Knicks because he plays a lot like Cat.
Right.
They self-proclaim best big man shooters in the league, but um, but they harm their team when they shoot a lot. Matherin, Matherin just he isn't consistent with his jump shot, but he gets those hard. He gives you full effort, and he's going to give you those hard nosed points. He just I think he's shooting like 27% for 3 point range, so he's not really dependable in the fourth quarter. Um,
What about Obi?
Obi Toppin's cool. I mean, he gets us excited. But I'm surprised he only averages 4 rebounds a game, and you would think as athletic as he is, because when he jumping, dunking and stuff, you would think that he is one of our best players. But he comes off our bench for a reason. He's going to give us a spark, but it's not going to be sustained spark. And he'll hit a three from time to time too. So that's the thing. We just try to put 5 people on the floor that you can't come off of. If you come off of one of them, they're going to hit an open jump shot, and which allows us to play one-on-one basketball. Nimhart is good. I talked about him. Thomas Bryant, the guy from IU, he's like a journeyman, but he's been giving us good minutes, good actual big man minutes, kind of like what Mitchell is doing for the Knicks um, on a level like that. Um, and then as we, keep scrolling down, like I said, McConnell, those other 2 guys are G League guys, really. Um, Furphy is just a good story every time he gets in game. James Johnson could probably beat up everybody in the world. Um, Isaiah Jackson has some talent, but Neesmith is playing his ass off. Shepard can hit an open jump shot if you give it to him, and he gives you.
That's a big old smile right there.
Yeah, he gives you effort. Yeah, he knows he's in the league. He knows he won the lottery by getting in the league. But and then Miles Turner and Siakam. I mean, I thought that Siakam was going to be. I love when Siakam's aggressive. Is that when he was in Toronto and he was number 2 for
Right.
Kawhi, he really surprised me. So when we got him in the trade, I was really, really, really happy.
Let me ask you a question. Like, is he? In the last episode, you were saying that who could match up with him? There's no one that could match up with him. Like, what did we miss about Pascal between Toronto and here? Right, because I feel like he kind of, to me, fell off the map, or it could have been coverage. Like, what is your thoughts around that?
He'll never be your best player. And I think when Kawhi went up there, it opened everybody's eyes. But then when Kawhi left, now he is your best player, and I don't think he's going to carry your franchise as the guy.
Right.
And then also you're in Toronto. I mean, everybody, Chris Bosh was, known but not as known until he got to Miami. So, Toronto as well. The only people we really know is Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. So, and then here's the big thing: our coaching staff. I mean, Rick Carlisle is a champion. Rick Carlisle has been a phenomenal coach his whole career.
Yeah.
And so, even though I was pissed at him at the brawl, but whatever. Because I felt like that was completely his fault. He should have took the people out when we knew we won the game, and then
Right.
we probably would have had an NBA title and maybe a little bit more respect nationally.
Oh, so you blame Rick Carlisle for
No. I blame adults for making decisions, but he was a part. He was a part of it for sure.
Okay. Sorry, let's go back a little bit in time, because I said something which when I hit enter, I knew was disrespectful, but I did agree. I believe everything I said.
Uh-huh.
I said that the Pacers have no noteworthy players in their history to put them at the table for a trolling, any fan to troll anybody. Someone came up after you to defend your honor and said that you guys had malice in the palace.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. And now we're talking about you saying that it's Rick Carlisle's fault.
I mean, he's a veteran coach. I mean, he won the title with Dallas. So, being the head coach of Dallas, beating the Heatles. Mm-hmm. But he knew because Detroit had just beaten us the year before and put us out of the playoffs. So Our whole mission was, we got Steven Jackson. Our whole mission was, we're going after Detroit. So going to Detroit in that November, that was a big deal. And the fact that we was kicking their ass in Detroit was a big deal. You knew with a minute to go, you should have taken everybody out,
Right.
and live to fight another day. But because that sting of them, because I think that was the year that Tajon Prince did the like LeBron chase down block on Reggie Miller,
Okay. Yeah.
and so it was so much on that. I mean, that was a big time regular season game for us, and but I still
I forgot that the Pacers were close to winning a championship that year until the interview with Reggie and S Jax
Mhm. on
and
all the smoke on all the
yeah,
smoke from Matt
yeah,
Barnes. Yeah,
yeah. But so Rick Carlisle should have took everybody out, and if he did that, you would have an NBA championship. The Pacers would have an NBA championship. That is
I,
that what you're saying?
I think everybody knows that team. That team was going to the finals, and that
Okay,
team was going to be hard to deal with Jermaine O'Neal. Um, I mean, Reggie Miller was basically like our sixth or seventh best player,
right.
because that was the end of Reggie.
Yeah,
But Steven Jackson was hooping. Jamal Tinsley was running the team like Halliburton is right now. And Jamal Tinsley, I think he's from New York, so he has that like New York flavor, the no look passes, crossover dribbles, all that stuff. So we had it going. It's just, you know, and then not to mention Ron Artest, who could defend anybody at the time. And we had him and Steven Jackson and, everybody who jumped up in the stands.
uh, we're gonna have to do a back in history episode because I can't. I maybe again, pace of disrespect. I can't see who
The
was
only
who came out of the West that year again.
who came out of who won the title that year? That's a good question because I know we still made the playoffs even with the suspensions, but we got beat. Oh. All I know is the only competition that year was Detroit.
Yeah.
Was it Detroit that came out? Because they had won a title, and then did they come back the next year and lose?
Uh, we're
I
talking
want
about
to say Detroit, San Antonio. No, it wasn't Detroit, San Antonio. Maybe it was Detroit, San Antonio.
oh yeah. I think that ended up being the finals that year. Sorry.
No,
Me
you're fine.
me going back into memory lane kind of pull. uh, what's the score now? Sorry.
Looks like tied up at 28.
Man, I think the Knicks are like playing with the Pacers. I don't know.
What do you mean they're playing with us?
Like I I know
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I just went through.
That's
No. Hold on. I know you just went through the whole roster and explained who was the underrated players of the squad. Despite all of that, I think that the Knicks have enough to overcome that roster. Um, I didn't say sweep them. I just I just feel like they should be in command of this game. Um, but it's also the Knicks. Um, given what we've seen, given what you know about the Pacers and the Knicks, head to head without bias, are you saying would you put Tyrese Halliburton over Jalen Brunson? I know I've asked you this before, but
um, let's say the result of the series. I said that they were my fourth and fifth ranked point guards in the league, and the winner of the series can get four, and the other one can get five. But by no means am I saying that we're a better roster. What I'm saying is our style, we're going to make you run. And that's our advantage. Our advantage is to get you tired. And in hopes that when we get you tired, you start making mistakes. You start missing free throws at the end. You start coming up short on your jump shots because we don't play defense very well. So for us to walk the ball up court and try to play an 80-90 game, that's not going to happen. So we're just going to just play up and down and just try to run. And like the Pacers don't care that's 30-31 right now. They don't care. I don't think Rick Carlisle's ever given like yelling and taking people out for lack of defense. But also, I just think that, like I said, if Cat were to go down low, I don't think we'd have it. I think we'd have a major problem.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like when you look at the if you look at the players that should be exploiting the gaps for the Pacers, although you don't believe they have many gaps.
No. I do believe that we have gaps. Like I said, that's why I keep saying we can't just play normal NBA basketball. We have to run you.
Right.
Our six man is your fatigue.
You got the quotables. I gotta figure out a way I could stand up because I can't see the score over my light. So give me a second. Gotta adjust my situation.
Yeah, on my TV it's 33 up.
31 up.
33 up.
Really? Oh, maybe I'm slightly behind. Anyway,
What do you?
yeah. So if we look at the advantages, it is cat to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the Knicks kind of play like that. You watch a lot of basketball. What is everybody's issue with Thibodeau? If you can be unbiased and talk about their
He's always been a play six or seven people and run their starters into the ground, which and all of his teams have looked tired when they end up losing.
right,
His players put up a lot of points and good stats because they play a lot of minutes. And so you're looking at it, you're like, well, my career high was with Tibbs, but
right. But you had no subs.
yeah, you had no subs, and which I don't understand why he doesn't do a better job in the first half, especially against a team like the Pacers that aren't really trying to stop you defensively. But having Cat play so much and Jalen play so much and Josh Hart and Bridges, it's just amazing to me that he plays it that way. But he believes in what he believes. So kind of how Carlisle believes in offense first. Thibodeau believes in defense and playing as superstar, playing as starters.
Right. I don't know. I think I keep dropping my thing. If you're right about Indiana being a running team, you can't win like that. Um, so yeah.
It would not be enjoyable finals if we win and we play OKC. That will not be enjoyable
Why not?
because the one team you can't run to death is OKC.
Oh, thank God. I have like a very elaborate setup here where I could make myself taller and stand up. All right. So it's 33-34 for you on your side?
35-33 New York.
Okay. So yeah. Admittedly, like when they lost, when the Knicks lost, I posted, who you got in the Pacers OKC finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you how I became an Oklahoma City Thunder fan?
I figured you got caught in a tornado in Brooklyn and it threw you down in Oklahoma City.
No, I actually. Oh, this is good. I get to lean against the wall. So basically, I was without a team, and the Bulls break up. Steve Kerr goes to the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
I decide, like after he's done, that I'm teamless. I decide to go on this hunt for a team. Brooklyn comes, Brooklyn Nets come into towns, right? Because they didn't, they were playing with, obviously for New Jersey. They were playing in, what's that? East Rutherford. I
Mm-hmm.
used to go out there regularly to just watch practices and or do media day. And I just couldn't get with the big three. At the time, they signed Darren Williams, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
KG and Paul Pierce, was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I can't do this. I can't. With my heart, I couldn't do it. So one day I was just watching ESPN and I saw they used to do the top 10 on ESPN highlights of the day, highlights of the week. And I number 10 was Russell Westbrook. And I had no idea, none whatsoever what Russell Westbrook was. But when I saw him, I was like, man, he moves like MJ, like with confidence. Like
Mm-hmm.
don't hurt me. Don't like and I was like, nah, I have to find out who this is. And went down a rabbit hole and ended up being an OKC fan from that. That's how it happened. I was like, it's either Brooklyn, which is 20 minutes from my house, by the way. Like I could drive to Barclays. I could take the train to I could casually want to walk to Barclays.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. And I think I made the right choice. It's stressful being a what I call like a dispersed fan. You have to travel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Oklahoma about 4 times. Uh, I raise money for autism in Oklahoma. Uh, I talked to the team, got some autograph items, and auctioned it off at a Buffalo Wild Wings down there.
Mm.
Had a whole contest for people down there to come with me to the game because ain't nobody from Brooklyn coming to Oklahoma City with me. Uh, so I had a lot of people from Oklahoma like do this contest for me and ended up giving all of them tickets because they didn't have a lot of money. Nobody down there has a lot of money. And
Mm-hmm.
so I ended up just buying tickets for everybody that submitted to the contest and taking pictures with them and renting a car and driving across Oklahoma and visiting all the super fans of Oklahoma wherever they lived. It was a good time. It was a good time.
I knew Russ had something to do with it.
Well, I mean, he was the beginning of it, but one of the reasons why I support Russ is because I think that it could be like something personal. Like back in the day, someone blamed me for someone else's problems, and people ran with it because I think people blame him for Kevin Durant's problems, and
Mm-hmm.
they're running with it. And I don't understand why people aren't able to discern the difference. Anyways, the middle of the second quarter, and the Knicks have a healthy lead. I would say 5. Um, but no lead is safe in any of these playoffs. You could
No,
be up by 20. You could be up by 20 and you still lose. Um,
especially to us.
look at Cat. Cat is listen. Cat is. I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one player that you would say Cat is supposed to be like a big rival of in terms of skill set, like who would you pick?
Like ever or now?
Oh, well, now. That's
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't. I like him for Randall. I thought him for Randall. I thought that was the motivation for. We were going to look at a New York Knicks Timberwolves finals and see them go at it. I think that's the problem, Cat. But I think New York is slowly but surely toughening Cat up and making Cat play tougher. His
Who's
style just,
that? Misa? Turner.
yeah, you're gonna have to piss people off to become rivals with somebody, and I don't think that's Cat game right now.
Well,
Uh,
not even just. I'm not even saying like a rival, but like I'll give you an example, right?
okay.
We're going to break the 38-40. So I personally think that Cat has the potential to be on the same level as an Anthony Davis. Um, like legit. I think that if he didn't have, I don't know, he's never a Batman, right? But and we always get into this fight every episode, like who's a Batman and who's a Robin. He is not a Batman, but I don't think he's ever gotten a chance to grow into someone that we will be like, oh man, let's watch out for Cat. Like we're never coming into a game and saying, oh, the Knicks might face up on Cat. We're talking about Jalen Brunson, but I think the best player on the Knicks might be Cat.
Oh, Anthony Davis. That's. Ooh. Yeah, he's definitely has the build, the height, the game to be their best player. He just doesn't have that dog in him, I don't think. Um,
Who's the best player in the Knicks to you?
See, that's tough because the way I look at the game, if you don't play one side of the ball at all, I can't label you best anything. And Jalen Brunson is just a net zero on defense. I mean, he gives you nothing defensively. Uh,
Right.
but but the way people judge players is about how many points you can score. So, I mean, he's their best player. He's definitely their most confident player.
What
Um,
is he supposed? So yeah, okay, you see what you understand what I'm saying though? Like, would
in
you
order for them to win a title, Cat should be their best player.
exactly? In order for them to win the title, he should be their best player, not Jalen Brunson, who like he is. Jalen Brunson, by the way, is like storybook, which is what the average, um, say the fair weather fan wants. They want the storybook. Hey, this guy is not supposed to be the best, but he's the best because it makes everybody feel like you could be in their shoes.
Yeah, but also you know that only what three guards under 6'4" have been the best player on their team and they win a title. I mean, you're looking at Isaiah Thomas, you're looking at Steph Curry. Everybody else, like the AI and stuff, is exciting to watch, but they're not going to win a title.
He came close though. Well, AI didn't come close, but
No, no,
he
he
was
didn't.
still worthy of having the Batman. I don't know. I love Jalen Brunson, but I don't want him to be the Batman. It got to be Cat.
Well, here's the thing: his effort is 100% on offense, and literally 5 out of 100 on defense.
That's
So
that's that's James Harden.
yeah, yeah. So um,
So would you say Jalen Brunson and James Harden are in the same category?
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely. I think they're the same player.
really?
Absolutely. It's just that if no, they're the exact same player. They're
I got
gonna.
it. Jalen Brunson and James Harden are the same player.
I believe this. I believe. Well, James Harden's a better passer, but I believe this. I believe that both of them, at the end of the day, like Jalen Brunson didn't go home mad after game one because he had 43. So if he
Right,
can score 43 in a loss, he's like, oh well, it wasn't my fault,
right.
and so um, I think that's what's holding New York back is that at first I thought it was Julius Randle last year. They should have gone through Randle, but Cat is more skilled than Randle. But just Cat just doesn't have. If Cat had Brunson's mentality, the Knicks would be a way better team.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Give me a second. I gotta put that. You put Jalen Brunson and James Harden in the same category.
I think they are.
I'll be straight telling when you like, look what he said.
That's all right. I can take a little hate from people.
um. Anyway, so you know how I always get on. Sorry. You know how I always get on Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, yeah.
I said it with that tone. Um, I kind of blame him for some of the stuff you see with Cat.
Oh, absolutely. The same way that Jordan ruined Kwame Brown by being so negative and so you should be this because you're this big. You should play like
You
ABC, and they
said
don't.
Michael Jordan ruined Kwame Brown.
Oh my God.
You think Michael Jordan ruined Kwame Brown?
Oh no, I don't think. I know he did.
Okay, dive in, dive in. I
I mean, who Michael Jordan is with the shoes and the aura, Michael Jordan. So when Michael Jordan says you suck in practice, like, do you know what that does to somebody who idolizes that man? You know what I'm saying? He probably thinking like, I get drafted, I get to play with Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan's cussing you out and telling you suck. That probably hits you on a different level. And I think that here goes Jimmy Butler in Minnesota, and he had a chance to be a mentor slash older guy, bring those young guys along. And he's sitting there calling them soft. And you heard the story that Jeff Teague told about
yeah,
he took the second team and beat them and then left and went and did the interview with Rachel Nichols while they were still at practice. So,
yeah.
you know,
But um, what people don't realize is that when Jimmy Butler left the Minnesota Timberwolves, they did a whole deep dive on it. I think it was fan sided.
hmm
Um, they show like statistically how Jimmy Butler's presence actually affected Pat and um, Andrew Wiggins negatively,
hmm
and all the verbal abuse that they got from that situation. So, and as a young player, I think that kind of affects you, which is your point with Michael Jordan and Kwame. But like, man, that's why I'm always on the prowl when it comes to players like that and Jimmy Butler. Like sometimes people are defenseless, and I know like they're grown men, all right, they're grown guys. They've dealt with this before, but sometimes there are certain people that come into your space that you cannot defend yourself against because they they they're strategic about the way they bring you down.
hmm
And I think that that's what happened to him. Nonetheless, he should. It's hard to say this because it's
Hey,
dealing with psychology, but I'm gonna say he should have been got over it. But
well, it takes a change of scenery and being around good leaders. So, like
yeah,
Andrew Wiggins getting treated badly by Butler and then going to Golden State. And you see how many years it took him to finally get
right,
to the point, the mental strength to hit big shots in big games. So,
right, right,
but that's our society. It's easy to be negative. It's click worthy to be negative. You
right.
know, and when you're being positive, um, people don't understand it, but you're really building being positive. And as a coach, I see that all the time with our high school athletes. If starters are telling the backups they suck, well then they don't ever get better. But if you got the starters that are uplifting people and you got those positive practices, you start seeing people playing, exceeding their expectations. So that's huge, and that's one of the things I think Kobe Bryant even admitted he failed with, like people like Smush
Yeah,
Parker, and those people that that famous thing, that famous rant where he's at practice calling everybody soft.
even Powell and look, even even post mortem, like Howard's ended up being the one that came up most, right, to back up him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the day when he got on the news and was like, Powell needs to put on his big boy pants.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so you're right. Positivity does is a big thing. Who would you say is that leader on the Pacers?
Oh, Halliburton for sure.
You
I
think?
mean, he was mic'd up for game one. You can hear the way that he projects, and I think it's just the whole. I think it's the whole coaching staff. I think it's the whole team.
Mhm.
Being positive. They kept saying like, "What were you thinking? What were you saying when you were down 14?" And they're like, "We're gonna win."
Right.
So meanwhile,
And good.
you see young people, young superstars that are thrust into that leadership, and they don't understand that yet
Right.
because they've always been the man.
Right.
That's why you see superstar players not be very good coaches, and then you see role players like a Steve Kerr be a great coach because
Mm.
they understand the importance of, if Michael Jordan tells me, "Hey, I'm going to throw you this pass, you're going to hit it." Well, Michael Jordan's the best player in the world. If he believes in me, I believe in me.
Well, you just hit another one right there because Steve Kerr is my favorite player on earth ever in the game. More than Russell Westbrook.
Really?
Yeah. Pacers just can't they can't get away. They can't.
I'm at work. I'm at work for 2 weeks, so I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, in a hotel.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
amazing.
so people are walking by and waving. I guess they see me talking, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Amazing. Kentucky, one of my favorite people is out there. All
Who?
right, there's 20 seconds left. Oh, all right. Knicks have the last play. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So it looks like the Knicks will be up 3 at the half, unless we hit like some kind of full court shot,
right.
which I don't put past us because
Because you got the ultimate faith um in the Pacers, 49-50. Listen, as much as I try to tell you you're wrong, maybe you're right. We don't know the Pacers.
I mean that's the only thing it is. It's just that they're not. No one knows them. Just like a couple of years last year, we saw it last year with Minnesota. Nobody
Mhm.
really knew Minnesota, and they made it to the conference finals, and everybody you know now everybody wants to be on the ant train, but
Right,
they didn't realize that Minnesota was hooping well all last year.
right.
So that's the oh lord, that's the that's the that's the downside of the NBA because the logo is a person, and so
Right.
now they cater to the person as opposed to like the NFL where the logo's the ball, and so it doesn't matter, you know.
You being technical right now. I think more people follow certain teams closer in the NBA than the NFLs because the NFL has so many different players. Also, they have masks over their face, so I think that
All that's true, but
it
just
helps.
all that's true. But since a kid, my father always told me about the logos. Like look at the logo of
Mhm.
the leagues. So basketball will always be about the person. That's why teams like Oklahoma City, teams like the Indiana Pacers aren't attractive to the masses.
Because
That's
it's
why
too big.
now that's why they're trying to pull SGA and make him a superstar. That's why they're trying to pull Tyrese Halliburton to make him like he's the reason. But in the NFL, it's about who's playing in the Super Bowl. Like Super Bowl is going to be the most watched, no matter who's in it. But if it's a OKC Indiana NBA Finals, there's going to be a lot of people not watching just because it's Oklahoma City and Indianapolis.
Somebody said what category when you put Jalen Brunson and Harden in the same category?
The left hand, I'm going to shoot first. I give 100% effort on offense, but none on defense. Um,
That
that
category?
that category. Pick one. Now we're at halftime and we're down 3, which is, I will say, good for the Knicks because it's not like 60 or 70 points.
Right.
Um,
I got a question just came into my head. Let's say the Pacers do get into the Eastern Conference Finals.
we're
What
there now.
does that do for?
We're there now. You talking about the NBA Finals?
I mean the NBA Finals. Sorry.
Yeah.
What does that do for Tyrese Halliburton if the Pacers get into the finals? Like how would it
It would put him. It would. If people talk about greatest Pacers, it puts him above Paul George.
ooh
I mean, it gives you an argument. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul George never took us to the finals, and so Reggie Miller has been our guy because we went to the finals with Reggie, even though Reggie wasn't the reason in 2000 that we went there. It was Jalen Rose and some other people. So now, if you look at Tyrese Halliburton, and he gets like Eastern Conference MVP, like the Larry Bird Trophy. You can now start talking about, is he top 5 Pacer ever in the NBA?
Sharon, you just came in on an interesting statement. Did you catch what he just said?
Yeah, I heard him.
What is your opinion about that?
I don't know. I'm not. I have to defer to him because he's a Pacer guy. So I'll defer to him, but I don't know if it. I don't know if it propels him past Paul George. I don't know.
Paul George is a Pacer, not
That's
Paul
what.
George.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Mm-hmm. Paul George played his best basketball as a Pacer to me.
Yes.
But would you put Tyrese Halliburton over Paul George if he gets the team to the finals?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily. I can't say automatically. It depends on how they get there.
How like what? If they sweep or they
Well, it depends on how. Is it him? Did he get injured and he's out and the rest of the team carried him there? You know what I mean? It depends. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
Short of anything crazy happening, I guess you could say that you have an argument.
I'm saying if he's the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, he gets the Larry Bird Trophy. What does that do for him? Because then that means he's the reason we're going to the finals.
Well, in all fairness, what's his name? He didn't. Well, Paul George didn't get y'all to a finals, did he?
No, we went to conference finals and lost to the Miami Heat when they had LeBron.
Right.
The Heat don't.
Right. Well, I guess it would then. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not?
All right, I'm gonna say what I said earlier. I know this is gonna put some fire in your blood, so I'm ready to hear it. I said that James Harden and Jalen Brunson are the same player.
Why would you want to? You must really have some hate for the Knicks and Jalen Brunson to say that. Why? I mean, why would you even? Why would you say that?
Because he's 100 on offense and he's a 0 on defense. He's Superman on offense and the Penguin on defense. I don't know. He's 0. But.
Well, I
she's like speechless.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that to Jalen. No. I can't say that he's James Harden. Hell no. At least he does legitimately play an offensive game.
You asked the person that hate James Harden the most, though. So
I
now,
know it. Just don't ask me anything about him. He has no redeeming quality to me. He's like Ben Simmons to me. They could both leave tomorrow. They could have never played in the league, and in the NBA history would not miss them. Neither one of them. Not even James Harden.
Give me 30 seconds. Let me. I'm gonna move in this lobby. Give me 30 seconds.
so did you catch any of the first half? What was your thoughts about the Knicks play versus?
Well, Indiana came in hot, and then all of a sudden I turned around and the Knicks were up. I was like, what the hell just happened? Yeah, and I've watched it from tip-off. I watched it while I'm cooking and walking around doing stuff. Yeah, I saw it.
What is your take? Like, right, because what we talked about is that the reason why everybody's caught by surprise by the Pacers is because no one really watches them, nobody respects them, and we talked about several, I guess, marketing reasons why, because they aren't a what do you call it, big market. Do you think the disrespect for the Pacers is rooted in that, or do you just in general you think it's a different reason why we don't pay attention to the Pacers?
I think it's because it's a smaller market. It's in the Midwest, and it's a smaller market, and it has to do with history,
Right?
because those Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing matchups, they were amazing. I mean, I hate both teams, and I used to watch them play. I never missed them play each other, because I just to see Reggie Miller and what's his name? What's the guard's name that I can't stand?
Mark Jackson or John Starks?
John Starks. And to watch John Starks, I never liked Mark Jackson. I didn't even like him as a player. But just to see them play, oh my God. It was exciting. And I would always be on the side of Indiana, even though I don't like Indiana. I have to represent the Midwest. I'm gonna represent the Midwest against New York all day, every day, in anything. I don't care what it is, except one thing.
Except what?
University of Michigan. I don't care. I can never root for them. I don't care who they play. But anybody else in the Midwest, yeah, I'm a pull for the Midwestern.
Well, okay, guys, you know what time it is, and we don't have Jeremy because he's in the middle of Madison Square Garden, but we do have time for Beat the Machine. So for those of you who do not know, Beat the Machine is an AI game where we look at some of the top players in sports, WNBA, NBA, and basketball in general for now, might be in football later, and we decide who gets erased from history. All their highlights, all their records, anything that deals with that player gets erased because they have the least impact. Okay. And our panel here will have to get together and figure out who they're going to delete from history. All right. So, are you ready, guys, for the first episode of the day of Beat the Machine?
Let's do it.
All right. So, this episode is called Lockdown Deleted. Lockdown Deleted. We're going to talk about some of the best defensive players, and you guys decide who you're going to delete. All right.
Dennis Rodman, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, five-time NBA champion, elite rebounder, searchable defender, pure menace. Draymond Green, four-time NBA champion, One-time Defensive Player of the Year, defensive anchor of Golden State's dynasty. Elite communicator, help defender, and switch king. Kawhi Leonard, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2 times Final MVP, stole MVP votes with defense, known for quiet annihilation of elite wings. Ben Wallace, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, NBA champion, undersized center who dominated the paint, anchor of the No Superstar Pistons.
All right, guys, those are your 4 players that you have to decide who gets deleted from NBA history. All right, I hope you have them written down. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Good luck.
All right, so keep in mind, we can't give our personal opinion anymore. We got to beat this damn machine. So, personally, I think it's Ben Wallace because Rodman is a 5-time champion, and you know what he did in rebounding, and he was very instrumental in Jordan's second three-peat. Draymond Green, Golden State didn't win a title without Draymond Green. Kawhi Leonard brought a title to Toronto. And you know has some success in San Antonio. Ben Wallace had 1 title, and honestly, they probably would have won that title without him, because they really bum rushed the Lakers and didn't allow them to get in their offense, so they could inbound the ball to Shaq. And I don't think Ben Wallace had that much to really do with it. But so my vote would be Ben Wallace.
I agree. You're not going to get much pushback from me for the same reasons, and also because even though he won all those Defensive Player of the Year, he only got 1 chip. Kawhi at least has 2, you know, and Kawhi has a league MVP, doesn't he?
I don't know. No, he Dr. Low Management. No, he has 2 times Finals MVP.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, he
But
yeah,
what do we think the machine's going to say?
it was between those 2, Robin and Draymond. I could never pick to get, because they have too many championships.
Draymond, the way Draymond is right now, the way he allowed Golden State to play defense is what all the teams are mimicking right now. They're trying to put 5 players on the floor that can switch everything. Rodman was Rodman. If you argue that Rodman was one of the major reasons why they won that 3-peat, so yeah, I'm gonna go Ben Wallace.
Yeah, I'll go with Ben Wallace.
But I can listen to Kawhi. I can
I mean, they could persuade me, but they'd have to do a lot of persuading. It'd have to be something I never thought about or something to persuade me to go Kawhi.
If Kawhi never would have played in Toronto and won a title, I would say Kawhi easily. But yeah, it can't be Rodman, and it can't be Rodman because he was with the Bad Boy Pistons and the
Bulls. Yeah.
And then Draymond, there is no Steph Curry doesn't have a title. Golden State doesn't have titles without him.
Nope.
So between Kawhi and Ben Wallace, I just think Ben Wallace made the least impact.
I would say so.
Final answer.
Ben Wallace. If this AI, hey, before you do this, if they didn't choose Ben Wallace, then
we ain't playing this no more.
Yes.
I hear you.
Because it's rigged.
We don't have to squabble up.
We're gonna spend a few minutes in the comments. The comments say Ben Wallace is a top 5 defensive player. Draymond not a better defender than him.
Top 5 ever?
No, nobody said that he was a better defender than him.
Top 5 ever? Yeah, but Detroit would have.
No, he's not. He's not. But I'm just saying we didn't say that Draymond was a better defender than him. That's not what this.
I did.
That's not. No, I'm saying to the person. That's not what this question is about. The question wasn't who's the better defender. The question was who had the least impact on the history of the game. who had the least impact.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
in a league that Rudy Gobert has, what, 3 or 4 defensive players of the year?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for the fact that Ben Wallace has 4, good for him, but he only has 1 title. But to say that he's the best ever, he's not the best defender in Detroit Piston history.
He's not top 5.
No, because
Well,
he could only defend the low post player. He couldn't switch out on a 1 or a 2 and stay with him with footwork. No. Dennis Rodman is probably the best defender in Detroit Pistons history.
thank you to the fans out there that have been watching. They with the 10 seconds left, they're giving you the case for Ben Wallace. They said Ben Wallace stopped the three-peat Lakers.
But if you go back and look
No,
at it,
he did not.
Really
He did not. No, that's a fallacy. He did not stop.
even if you listen to what Kobe said that the Detroit Pistons rushed them, like basically like full court pressured them, and so therefore by the time they got across half court and got into their offense, there was no time to get the ball to Shaq.
Right.
So that to me, unless Ben Wallace was,
He wasn't.
D'ing up full court, I don't think so.
He wasn't. He was in the paint.
Okay, let's see what the machine picked. Thank you all for your valid points.
Keep them coming. I love it.
Right. Come on, Indiana. Light it up, Siakam.
Draymond
I
Green
knew
was the
it.
brain of the dynasty.
I knew it.
But not
I
its
knew
foundation.
it.
His defensive value was amplified by elite spacing and generational scores. While he guarded multiple positions and played with high IQ, his success is entangled with the Golden State system. Rodman redefined rebounding and switchability in the 90s. Kawhi dominated both ends and neutralized superstars in the playoffs. Ben Wallace broke rules. A 6'9" center who dominated the paint and reshaped expectations for size and effort. Draymond Green was elite, but not irreplaceable. Delete Draymond Green.
The people watching.
And did you hear what he said about Kawhi? He barely said 10 words about Kawhi. And what he said is he played both sides of the ball, both ends of the floor. So what? This wasn't about this was about defense. This was not about offense. So who cares if he played both sides of the ball?
I mean, listen, I feel for you, but
Don't feel for me. The AI is wrong.
Yeah, this is the one time I would say that thing is definitely wrong.
It is definitely wrong.
listen,
Omar says Draymond is a great help defender of all time. Help defender? Okay.
the game is back on, but I'll have one more. So hopefully after this we can do another one. But let's see. Okay, one more for you guys, and then we'll get back into it mid third quarter.
Shaquille O'Neal, 4-time NBA champion, most dominant physical center ever, a global media machine post-retirement. Caitlin Clark, rising star in the WNBA, plays for the Fever. Didn't win an NCAA championship, but still very impactful for the sport, both in college and in the pros. Steph Curry, 4-time NBA champion, greatest shooter ever, rewired offense philosophy at every level. Lisa Leslie, 2-time WNBA champion, 3-time MVP. First woman to dunk in a game, made women's basketball watchable to the mainstream.
Okay, so what's the question?
Oh, the question is the same. Who do you
Oh,
erase?
same. Oh.
Arrow.
Well, I mean, who do we erase based on what criteria?
The person you erase that will have the least impact on sports. Like if they
It,
didn't exist,
is the AI more RG3 or more Ryan Clark? That'll help me.
I haven't trained it in either to be either on either a spectrum. So this is all on you. So um, let me see if I could give you uh, 5 minutes again to decide. So who gets erased? Let's go.
On what the AI said when it described everybody, it's Caitlin Clark, because he said that Lisa Leslie made women's basketball watchable, which okay, all right, but Curry made the game relatable, and Shaq was just so dominant.
Not to
And then
defend the AI, but sometimes we just make it.
So Shaq defined the
One
era.
minute.
Yeah.
Shaq defined the era, and Lisa Leslie started the era. Like she's the first to dunk in a game, and woman to dunk in a professional basketball game, and that's important. I remember when that happened. That
Yeah,
was a big deal, and
but they weren't the best. She wasn't the best. I mean, the best team was Houston when they had Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper.
but she got 2 championships in her career,
Yeah,
and it was because of her. And one of the top 25 greatest players ever. She's top 25. And
I think Shaq's not the. I think Shaq is safe. I think there's argument for the other three.
yeah, because Shaq is very, very dominant. I mean, the most dominant ever. He used the word ever, so that was that. It should be Caitlin Clark, but then this AI is drunk.
Well, I think it's Caitlin Clark.
We haven't beat the AI yet.
I think it's Caitlin Clark because she's only been relevant for 3 years. I think Shaq's been relevant for a lot longer. Steph Curry has 4 titles.
He's got 4 titles, and I don't, plus he's impacted the game. They changed the whole way that the game is played because of Steph Curry in the long range game.
And I think Caitlin Clark just hasn't been around long enough yet. I think that if she was 15 years into the WNBA, then she would be safe. So I think the AI is going to choose Caitlin Clark, even though I would choose Lisa Leslie. But it doesn't seem to value winning. The AI doesn't seem to value winning titles. So if it doesn't value winning titles, it might be Steph Curry.
No, because he actually changed the way that the game is played. He single-handedly.
But to that
And of
AI,
course, and Clay too. But
yeah.
he changed the way that the game is played. They had to create new schemes and everything, new systems to handle him. And look what the effect it's had on AAU. All the AAU players want to shoot threes now.
Yeah.
The big man's been at risk of being irrelevant because of him. Small ball became king.
Yeah.
1 minute.
In a span of 10 years. And then I could say Lisa Leslie, even though she started it all.
But did she start it all, or was it just because she played for the Sparks? Like if Lisa Leslie played for the Indiana Fever, I mean,
she was in the very first WNBA game ever. Okay.
right.
And she quickly was recognized as the best player in the game, in the league.
Yeah.
As soon as they started. You heard 2 names. When it first started, you heard 2 names. Lisa Leslie and Rebecca Lobo. That's all you heard. You didn't hear Cynthia and all the rest of the people that were to come.
What you
You
say?
heard those two names at first.
I think she's the AI said Lisa Leslie made women's basketball watchable, but it was only really watchable for a couple of years, and it became more watchable when the Houston Comets when Tina Thompson, Cynthia Cooper, and Cheryl Swoops took over. So my vote is Lisa Leslie.
All right, let's do it. Lisa Leslie.
Final.
And I will say, if this AI says Caitlin Clark, I will not accept any anti-Indiana hate while the Pacers are still in the playoffs.
Let's see. Let us see.
Caitlin Clark is a transcendent rising figure, but not a structural pillar.
We should
Her
have
collegiate
stuck with
dominance
it.
and media draw are historic, but her professional legacy is just beginning. Shaq reshaped physical dominance, brand building, and global reach. Kari re-engineered offense from youth leagues to pros. Lisa Leslie was the face of legitimacy for women's pro basketball. Caitlin's momentum is unprecedented, but momentum is not foundation. Delete Caitlin Clark.
We should have stuck with it.
I got it. No, I got it. I got it. The AI is clearly Angel Reese. That's who the AI is. I got it. I figured it out.
And you know what? I know you laugh, but I'm telling you, that girl does not hate Caitlin like everybody tried to say she does. She don't hate her.
I know she doesn't.
Well,
I do believe she hates her fans.
yes. Listen,
I hate her fans.
you guys did great in both and came really close. I'll tell you this. Don't listen to the words that the AI uses in the descriptions because in the initial part when we're creating the show, I really pushed the AI to be as very what's the word? As terse as possible. I don't like a lot of words. And the AI will go through a whole explanation of everything, like paragraphs. I just say, give me the shortest sentences you can to describe what you want, and sometimes it just comes out that way. So, I wouldn't base your description on the initial dossier that they create. It really comes on an even term for each, but the answer is all them. Like I don't coerce the answers at all. I
No,
just
it's Angel Reese. I got it. I
I
got it. It's
just say
cool.
make it harder. Give me the hardest thing you can. And I wish we had more time during halftime because I took a peek at what the third option was, and that if you thought this one was interesting, the that one is great. So let's see how the game ends, and if we have time, we can run through that. But you all did fantastic. Didn't beat the machine, but came
Come on,
very,
Pacers.
very, very, very close.
But you see that leadership. You see that leadership. You see you're being positive. We talked about it earlier. See what positivity does? You could have been like, you guys suck. You guys don't even get close.
I could have been like, oh, too bad.
Yeah.
But
See?
I thought,
The pacer positivity is rubbing off on you. And
yeah,
I love
right.
that about you.
Yeah, right. It's the OKC positivity you see right here. Number one in the league positivity right here. Got the MVP on my team positivity right here. Um, but yeah, so um, Sharon, are you watching the Knicks game right now, or are you watching something different?
No,
Okay.
I'm watching the Knicks game.
So right now,
Whoa. It's not the next game.
sorry.
Stop. Stop. See? You see how y'all big city us
Are
all the
you
time?
are you watching the Eastern Conference Finals right now between the Pacers and the Knicks?
Yes, I am watching the ECF.
Right.
Y'all treat us
Um,
like vampires, man. I'll tell you. Man, it's crazy.
so right now the I don't know. with every basket, the Pacers are showing me that they are much better than the Knicks. Um, it's looking like it's gonna be OKC or the Wolves versus the Pacers.
Stop it, man. Your three ain't falling.
The Wolves aren't going to win a game. Don't
Are
worry
you
about
sure?
it.
Do you think so?
Look, Shea had 36 and had 32, and that game wasn't close.
Right.
So who they gonna get? Who they gonna get another 30 from?
But listen, I'm a very humble OKC fan.
Hey, you know I'm only rooting for Indiana because it's the Midwest and Obi Toppin is on your team. You know that, right?
That's because you know basketball, but you can say those are reasons too.
Those
Talk
are my
about Obi
reasons.
Toppin though. Talk about Obi Toppin because we tried to touch on him earlier. But why you support Pacers because of
Because he went to University of Dayton. That's the only reason. Not about his play. He went to UD. He was a star at UD. So
Yep, Tyrese Halliburton.
and he got drafted by the Knicks. And the Knicks, they couldn't figure out. I don't think they could figure out how to use him. I really do feel that way. I don't think he was a bum.
who was that just scored on Indiana again? Sorry,
Nimhart hit the free throw line
Nimhart.
jumper, and then Tyrese is going to hit a three.
He was right there. Should have given him the
said
ball,
he's
man.
gonna hit a three.
Stop all that dribbling, Tyrese. You don't need to do all that dribbling. Why cat guarding him?
And why aren't you going past him?
That's what I don't understand. Why he didn't pass the ball. Number 28.
Damn,
In and out the paint. He was wide open. Did he just foul him?
Yep.
He gonna mess around. He gonna mess around and foul out. He keep it up.
This guy Tyrese is.
You did it. You fouled him. You pushed. You literally grabbed him by the stomach.
Let's go, Cat. See, before you came on the show, Sharon, I told Edward that I believe that Cat, if he played to his potential, would be up in there with the names of like Anthony Davis and such. And he kind of didn't believe me. What's your thought on that?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
I said that should he reach his potential, that Cat would be in there in the names of like Anthony Davis in terms of play if he would ever get to his potential. What are your thoughts on that? Because
I agree. I agree tremendously. I'm gonna say about Cat like I say about Joel Embiid. Cat is very extremely talented. He is more talented than his career shows. I mean, seriously, I don't know. It's like he gets bashed by for not having any heart, but yes, he does. I don't understand where that comes from, but
Jimmy Butler.
He's a very gifted and talented player, a big man that can shoot. And like Embiid, same thing.
Right.
But Cat has a better post play than Embiid, in my opinion.
Ooh.
What?
Let me explain. Well, this is what I mean. And one of my biggest complaints about Embiid is that he doesn't stay in the post playing. He always wants to start shooting these threes on the perimeter. And I'm like, no, you are Joel Embiid. You are the most talented center in the league. Why are you doing all this Air Jordan shit when you need to be in the post? And so what I mean is he doesn't play it enough. He goes in, then he goes out, and then he goes in, and he goes out. Now, I don't know if that's a coaching problem, but he's had, 3 coaches? You mean all 3 of the coaches are telling him to do that? I don't know.
Dang.
So I don't know.
That is bold. That is a bold statement. Ooh.
No, see, I think y'all taking me wrong. You're
I'm
not.
not. I'm Team Sharon. I'm always Team Sharon. So
No, but y'all taking me wrong. What I'm
I
saying is
believe it.
he doesn't commit to the post. Maybe that's how I should say it. But
He plays. He plays.
he's not a
He,
better post player
he
than
plays with the
Embiid.
same mentality. He plays with the same mentality.
Yeah, but Cat, he really tries to get in there and defend the middle. He does try at least. Damn. But like right now, when I was saying why is he guarding Halliburton? Why is he out there? They don't have anybody else that can guard him. Nobody else to play defense.
Could have been a switch.
They're switching. They're switching everything because
this is not the first time I've seen him do this tonight. I don't understand it.
Thibodeau switches everything because the Pacers shoot the three so well. You can't go underneath screens, so they're just switching everything. The problem is the Pacers, if Cat and Mitchell Robinson are out there at the three-point line, there's nobody at the bucket. So why are we not driving past them or giving the ball to somebody posting up Siakam or Miles Turner? And I said earlier, Miles Turner plays my height, 5'10". If he would realize that he's 6'10", and especially in this series, if Cat and Mitchell Robinson are out on the three-point line, you got Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, or Jalen Brunson on there. Why do we not go to that? That's what frustrates me about the Pacers. But,
you're not no 5'10". You know you only 5'4". You know it.
He's 5'5". He's 5'5".
I'm 5'10" with these stilts on.
Nah. All right, Marv Albert's in the audience.
Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I think if Cat played to his potential, he'd be the best player on the Knicks. Better than Jalen Brunson. And the Knicks need him to be better than Jalen Brunson. No offense to Jalen Brunson, because he's great. But if Cat played like sharing this thing to his potential upwards to Joel.
Did he get hurt?
That Anthony
Why
Davis.
are they trapping him? Throw the ball. Oh, they are not shooting. They're not being wise. Y'all need to calm down. Calm down, y'all. And shoot the ball. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Calm down. They need to feed it to him.
Remember a couple weeks ago when I said to you, we have dumb possessions? And Trish laughed it off. It was like, is that a good thing? I was like, you watch us play. You're like, what are we doing? And then next thing you know, we're right there at the end of the game.
Well, that's the reason why people say that Halliburton's overrated. You got to know when to pass that ball. You got to get rid of that ball. You triple team. Get the ball to somebody. They're triple teaming you.
Maybe they don't do math. Maybe they don't do math in Iowa.
That's ego Burton right now.
Nice play, Hallie. Getting in the corner. Damn. You turn it back over. Oh, easy too. Oh my God. That was Josh Hart. Y'all came right back though. Y'all stay committed.
See, the Knicks don't want to do this. You see Josh Hart breathing on hard. They don't want to do that. Running up and down the floor. They don't want to do that.
But fourth quarter, that's all they're gonna do is run.
Yeah, and this is why Thibodeau, it bothers me with Thibodeau because you should be subbing more. So then in the fourth quarter, you can play your starters all 12 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Maybe you should coach the Knicks.
Hell no.
You know you want to.
No. I've been to New York one time, and that was to literally go across the river to go see Niagara Falls. I'm good. Best thing New York has to offer is Niagara Falls, and it's not even there.
Nah, you need to come to New York City and spend a few days, because then I told
y'all. He's hot. Feed him the ball.
I'm gonna do one of those skits where it's like One
TJ
thing
McConnell.
as a Pacers fan, like day two.
No, we saw it. No, we saw that dude getting hit with trash bags and stuff. Like, yeah, cool thing. No, I,
He wore the wrong jersey. That's all.
Come on, y'all.
Come on, you can't want the Knicks to lose.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want Obi Toppin to have his in your face moment.
Oh, that's true because he got traded from the Knicks.
That's right. That's what this is all about for me.
Revenge.
Yeah. Don't let me run and jump into my my James Brown imitation.
uh-oh.
Revenge. I'm mad. Get down with my girlfriend.
See,
That ain't right.
one of the other things that I want to quote to you,
Big payback. That's what I'm waiting on. The big payback.
I feel like the players of New York, they are individually appreciated way above their value, and I don't think y'all do that in Indiana. That's
Say it again. Say it again.
like in New York, players are individually like given credit and overvalued, but in appreciation more than in Indiana. Same with using the same topic as Obi Toppin. When Obi Toppin was in New York, they couldn't stop talking about Obi. Is it the same way in Indiana? Probably not.
Are the Knicks the
Nobody-
Dallas?
no-
Are the
no-
Knicks the Dallas Cowboys? The Knicks are the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA.
Nobody talks about Obi. Nobody.
But when
Except
he was in
Sharon.
New York,
Except me.
when he was, I mean, none of y'all are in New York, but when Obi Toppin was in New York, you would believe Obi Toppin was like the second coming of Patrick Ewing. Like you, like that's the level that we appreciate players here.
That's saying a lot.
To listen, and he don't have to do much, but there's a lot of love here. So, I know y'all are big on team play in the Midwest, Edward, but like it sacrifices. The sacrifice is
make the free throw, man.
There's a positive to praising individual players. Some positive to it that is underestimated in Indiana. And maybe even the Boston Celtics, I think they have a similar approach to how they treat their players.
I knew I wasn't going there.
At least. All right. So
You missed the free throw, man. You can't miss your free throws. It's a free throw.
Free. All right. So damn, this game is tight. But the good thing is there's no large lead. So, when a team has a lead, it's not really safe. So this is going to be another battle, another tight game going down.
Travel? They ain't even call it.
Why do they let Jalen Brunson go to the left all the way down floor? Like he's left-handed.
The question is, why can't you stop Jalen Brunson? That's it.
Well, he is.
Go ahead, NBA champion Pascal Siakam.
I told you they don't have an answer. I told you they don't have an answer for him. When he's aggressive, they don't have an answer for him.
Nope. $32 points already. Wow.
Who got 32?
Pascal Siakam. What do you mean?
32? Damn.
That just proves y'all don't listen because Sharon does, but you don't listen.
I can't listen. I have to have it off the volume.
You don't listen.
I don't have my volume on either. I'm just watching.
Yeah, but I have to do a lot more at the same time.
You running stuff. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. All right. Time to reassess. So, Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam. Who's your big three?
It's not. It should be Miles Turner, but like I said, he plays my height, so it's a rotation. It's like some days it's Nimhart, some days it's Neesmith. Um, that's the thing. We don't have a big three.
Do you
It
think
should.
you need one?
I mean, only how we're going to get it is if somebody gets traded here or through the draft. I mean, no free agent that's a or B option is going to come to Indiana.
I love Cat, man. I've always liked him ever since Kentucky. Mm.
Yeah, Cat's a guy that I've rooted for until he became a Knick. My mother could become a Knick, and I would not root for her.
That's a hater. That's a hater. You just don't like the Knicks.
There's two teams I'll forever hate. I'll forever hate the New York Knicks, and I'll forever hate the New England Patriots. So those two teams,
I can agree.
my mom and
I
my
hate
dad could play for them, and I'd be like, no.
My son could play with him. I wouldn't. The Patriots? Hell no.
Y'all are ruthless.
The Celtics? Shit.
If I walked in my house and my wife bought my son a Knicks jersey or a Patriot jersey, I don't care what she spent on it. It's going in the trash. You know, it's going to get burnt because it's not even worthy of my trash can.
You gotta put it in the barbecue.
Yeah, it's in my DNA to hate. First off, the Knicks stole y'all rigged the NBA draft, so y'all stole Patrick Ewing from us.
Okay, no, go back to that because this is the second time you said it. So
The frozen envelope when we were supposed to get the number one pick, and then all of a sudden, here comes Patrick Ewing from Georgetown, and we all excited because we're finally going to get a big man, the best player in college, and then all of a sudden the Knicks win it.
the frozen envelope. I gotta go back to that.
You hear LeBron? Remember when LeBron was talking about the thing being rigged? That was one of the things. Like, yeah, I know Patrick Ewing going to the Knicks. You know, that's one of the things I'm like. So I've always hated New York. Sorry. Now I do love the Yankees, but everything else in New York, the Giants, the Jets, the Big Apple, I hate apples. Statue of Liberty, I hate green people.
All right, so
How you hate apples? Who hates an apple?
How you hate green?
Nobody hates apple.
I hate Kermit because he's green. No, because Kermit looks like the Statue of Liberty. I hate it all.
I hate green people after all the struggles that they faced.
I'm really not a fan of your shirt, but you know, you're the host.
So it's the last quarter. It's tied up 81-81. Either of you can give a prediction on how this quarter will go. I'll start with Sharon because I know what Edward's gonna say, but Sharon, what is your thought? Like, do you think the Knicks are gonna pull this off, or is it gonna go to the wire? What is your thought about how this fourth quarter gonna go?
I think the Pacers are going to pull it out because they're going to run the Knicks in the ground. The Knicks are going to be tired.
Edward,
You know, this is Tom Thibodeau's job on the line. This quarter right here, his job is on the line because the way you've been playing and stuff like that. If the Pacers get up 2-0, that means we're going to win the series, and he can't be your coach anymore. So either Thibodeau's going to make the right adjustment and they pull it out in this fourth quarter, or he's going to be the head coach of the University of Dayton next year. One of the two.
Ooh, you guys are ruthless people. I gotta put that up on the wall. Tom. Ooh.
Brian and Fogman having their show.
Who is?
Brian and Fogman.
Edward. That is very harsh, but I think it's a true. Oh, I don't think it's true. Like, look how far they've come, and I think
Look,
Tibbs is
look, Trisha.
in that.
Trisha. Look, Trisha. Look, Trisha.
That's her kryptonite. That's her kryptonite. Don't do that.
Not. It'll never happen.
Brian Windhorst said Kevin Durant is playing his final season in Phoenix Suns, and this summer Oklahoma City Thunder could be the most logical outcome.
He just wants clicks.
Brian Windhorst does not do anything for clicks. He doesn't care about clicks.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
How do you think he got to where he is now?
In fact, he didn't post that. He didn't post it.
Who posted it?
I'm gonna say Wendy says it. It's
Basketball Greed posted it.
Oh, they don't count.
Oh, I don't count half these people online. They don't know what they're talking about.
But you see the thing that I'm talking about. Like, even with the fact that Kevin Durant villainously left the Thunder. Like, he literally talked to the enemy, joined the enemy's team. They still have a grip that he is the hero of this town.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this: what should he have done?
I don't think that they do. I don't think that people still have him as the hero. I think that myth is gone. I don't think that they consider him a villain, but they also miss Russ, and they would take Russ back in a minute.
He should have done nothing, Edward. He should have stayed and been loyal to his team. He should have played the game with his heart and not played the way he did to give them that series. He was playing for his friends. He wasn't playing the championship to win or the playoffs to win. Right?
But you're mad at the way they didn't sign James Harden. And then James Harden goes to Houston and does what he does.
No. Let's not do that.
Is that not what happened?
No, that's not what happened.
What happened? Because this game's going to get really good at the last 2 minutes. So we got like 8 minutes to spare. So tell me what happened in OKC. What am I missing? Because from Indiana point of view, I see James Harden has a bad finals, and then they don't believe in him, so they don't sign him. So he goes to Houston, and he shines. So Kevin Durant is playing at OKC. They're up 3-1. His Batman never comes through. His Robin never passes him the ball at the end of games. So he goes to a place where he's going to get the ball and have fun playing basketball. Is that not what happened?
That's definitely not what happened. What's this? That's Sean for the last quarter. So that's definitely not what happens in that situation. And I'll break it down for you, because when everyone's on the outside, they create a story, a fairy tale, which is not true. So Sam Presti presents the deals to both Serge Ibaka and James Harden. The deal is whatever they can do for the years and how contracts go, right? Let's say James Harden, the max we could have offered him was $60 million. We offered him $55 for negotiating. Maybe Sean's not here. Serge Ibaka signs immediately.
Was that 8 unanswered points?
Right? Serge Ibaka signs immediately. James Harden does not pick up the phone. James Harden does not pick up the phone into the Olympics. James Harden doesn't pick up the phone after the Olympics. When the Thunder see that James Harden is not picking up the phone to negotiate the deal, they read the writing on the wall and say, yo, he's not here to talk. Now, we could let them play and he walks away for nothing, or we got to try to get something. But they're not even picking up the phone. And I can, with my whole chest, say that's what happened because I follow the Thunder on a daily basis. At the time, they had a prominent blog called the Daily Thunder, who Royce Young, who also now became like a correspondent for the ESPN. They eventually signed him. But this was a daily struggle for Thunder fans, waiting to see if James Harden would ever negotiate with the Thunder. So what you have to understand with some of these players is that they understand how social media works, and they understand that fans that are from the outside aren't going to know any better. So James Harden gets on the podium and says, oh my God, I'm shocked that they traded me. My guy, this is the first time we heard your voice in 3 months.
All right, let me ask you this. Should they have treated Harden and Serge equally, or should they have prioritized Harden over Serge?
There's no prioritization in a budget. You carve out the amount of money for each. So it's not like they said, hey, we have money for only one, but let's give both. They had money for both. You negotiate with both. One said yes quick. One didn't even pick up the phone. If he wanted $5 million extra, you say, listen, max me out. But the reason why the Thunder did it is look how we operate now. We have a pretty even team, a lot of even talent, a lot of draft picks. We're strategically trying to set up this team for long-term success. So Sam Presti said 55. You could have came back with 60. 60 is the max that Oklahoma was allowed to offer. Houston was allowed to offer 90. So what you saw was strategic. I don't know if the right legal word is, but it's collusion. Because if the Houston Rockets tell the agent for Harden, hey, we can give you 30 more regardless of whatever Oklahoma is going to give you, what do? You force their hand. You either get your 30 million now or you walk into 30 million a year from now. So he played games. And the reason why I'm so adamant about this is because we saw this twice with the same team. Harden did it. Everybody said no. The Thunder prioritized Serge over Harden. No. But guess who does the same thing again? He played on the Knicks. Asian sensation. Who am I talking about?
Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin, when he goes to Houston, he does the freeze out, I'm not picking up your phone thing to New York and ends up in Houston. This is a tactic that they use for all their players, the players that they're trying to pull from every team. Right? So listen, this is business. Back then I was just like a fan and I'm like, oh, well, what's really happening? But no, this is, we know, now we understand exactly what's happening.
Come on, Siakam.
So hindsight, do you think that was the right move, or do you think OKC should have said, hey, James Harden, whatever you want, and then whatever we have left, we'll offer the Serge? Is that what James was wanting, or was he just...
He was gone, just like Kevin Durant. He was already gone. We're talking about $5 million here, not 50, not 15. We're talking about 5. You gonna tell me the team that you played for since your rookie year, you can't pick up and be like, yo, let me get the extra 5? Or say, all right, you know what? I want to win with you. We got to the finals. Let me get the extra 5 in endorsements. We're not talking about 50 million. We're talking about 5.
Do you think that James Harden was like, if the most you can offer me is 60, why isn't the offer 60?
No, he didn't say that. He said nothing. He said nothing. He said absolutely.
He didn't say anything. He never picked up the phone. So they didn't even know what he wanted. Am I right, Trisha? He wouldn't say what he wanted. He wouldn't even say what the sticking point was. He would not pick up the phone. Literally, I've always hated this dude. I can't stand him. Period. From that point on, I was done. Ooh. No foul?
Yeah. So
dang, I didn't know the Jets were playing. Man, they just tackling us like.
I know. That was a foul. He fouled him like 3 times. No call.
Yeah. They probably do need the Jets on the floor. Never mind. Go ahead, Thibodeau. Go ahead, Tibbs. Your job's on the line.
Don't make fun of my Jets now.
I
got my little Jets salt shaker. But on deck, I'm ready to put some spice in your life.
Looks like that's who they put in the game.
I'm y'all down the floor. Y'all they get 2 points now. I'm just down to 5. I was up by 7.
Please, how much does New York need this right now? Let me tell you something. I live in New York. We better win this. We better.
And if you don't, you'll be down 2-0.
Nah. The city was depressed.
2-0. And the next game is in Indiana, right?
Yeah, the next 2. If you don't, it'll be Yankee season. Bring Derek Jeter back.
His old self. He could probably suit up and still play baseball.
I went to go see the Yankees. So every August, the first week of August, they come to play the White Sox in Chicago. And I went like 6 straight years to go see the Yankees just to see Derek Jeter in person, see him play.
Okay. So yeah, you got me a little bit warm there.
Oh, you still haven't got to the KD part of it. I was letting you get out the harder hole. Yeah.
Kevin Durant put his house on sale the summer before his last year, and in 2MW, if Sharon can recall, I kept saying trade him. Everybody kept saying, Trisha, you're ridiculous. How do you trade the best player in your team? I said, trade him to Lithuania. Trade him anywhere else. We don't want him because where else is he going to move? I started the show by telling you I went to Oklahoma.
See, that was before me. That was right before I joined 2MW. Okay. But I heard about it. I've heard you tell the story about 50 times, so I know it now.
I told you I've been to Oklahoma about 4 times.
What up, Sean?
I'm having a hard time.
It's a great game.
Wait, are you a Knicks fan?
Yeah, he's a Knicks fan.
I see it in your face, man. Okay.
He could barely. He's like, yes.
Yeah, that's why I've started to put on blue and yellow just for you. But I ran out of time. I don't have a Pacer shirt. But I was gonna put some blue and gold on just to support. Because I knew you being here by yourself.
Hey, when we win the title,
her and Jeremy. So
when we win the title,
you're not winning the title.
When we win the title, I'll send you all shirts. I'm gonna
You're
do the
not.
podcast. I'm gonna do the podcast live from the parade.
You're not winning the title. You might win the Eastern Conference, but you're not winning the title.
Hold on, Sean. Your headphones are a little low.
Oh. Change it.
Don't be breaking stuff over there, man.
He would. But yeah.
No,
It's just a basketball. It's just basketball. It's just basketball.
Edward, he sells his house, and I say
It's
I do a whole
basketball.
show on YouTube. Like, we gotta make a move, and they're like, no, it's fine. Players do this all the time. I'm like, I've been to Oklahoma 4 times. Where else he gonna move? Like, he got the best house. What is he rebuilding another house?
Is that better?
Yeah, there's only like 3 in Oklahoma. I get
There's
it.
only like 3 houses there. Like, he
Yeah.
got one. he got one of them. So
Oh God.
listen.
Matt, if they tackle us one more time, just one more.
I'm looking like, what was that?
Take them down. Do whatever you gotta do. Win
Damn.
the game.
We need to call Jonathan Taylor. Come on, man. Y'all gonna be tackling us like this. Shit.
Do whatever you gotta do to win. I think Oklahoma and
8. They pulling away. Come on. 8 points. Let's go. A lot of time left. A lot of basketball left.
listen, leads aren't things you want in this.
Trap him on the sideline. Why would you just let him just dribble?
Because they can't shoot. They're trying to force him to shoot. He can't shoot. His shot's not falling. That's why. But his is.
Shit. This is what I'm saying. When Jalen Brunson is on the sideline, why would you not trap him?
Maybe they can't trap him.
They are killing.
I'm behind.
They are killing them bank shots, man. They have been killing them bank shots. That's for sure.
Okay, so some of the Carl Anthony Towns.
They must be playing in Denver. I know Cat is on the sideline
Okay,
with
I'm-
oxygen mask.
Okay,
I'm
you
probably not
you-
going to finish this game. I'm probably not going to finish this game.
take your blood pressure medicine.
Where's Jeremy? Why isn't he with me? Why am I here alone?
He's down at the Garden. Probably.
Jeremy's in the streets. The Knicks are climbing back and clawing back.
Hey, what is a Nick anyway?
It's a Knickerbocker. You don't know what a Knickerbocker is?
No,
Knickerbocker.
it's a what?
Pirate?
It's a Knickerbocker.
It's a pirate.
I think it's Pirates, yeah, originally, if I'm not mistaken. Knickerbockers.
What's a pacer?
You guys are named after a damn pirate. I'm watching Jack Sparrow.
No, it's not a pirate.
Oh,
Where do you get pirate from?
It's not a pirate.
That's
It's
what I thought
pants.
it was.
It's pants.
No.
What's a Knickerbocker then? What's a Knickerbocker?
It's a pants.
It's Dutch. It's a Dutch word. And it's the
Or-
name for New Yorkers are called Knickerbockers.
Oh.
Pants. We got
That's
big
where it
boy
came
pants.
from.
You guys
They
are
are
named.
New York
New
Knickerbockers.
Hampshire. Well, New York used to be New Amsterdam. That's Dutch.
You
Right.
guys are named after
Yeah.
Captain
Not
Jack Sparrow.
Jeremy. Knickerbockers are pants.
No, that's knickers.
It's a
Different word.
Niggers?
That's
No.
the short for knickerbocker.
That's
No.
a hard ER.
No. That's not true.
You're
That's not
talking, you're talking about you're talking about Steve Kerr's son,
Knicker.
Nick Kerr.
Knicker. It's it.
A specific type of pants, a nickname for New Yorkers, and the name of a luxury hotel in New York
Right.
City.
Can
Okay.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, you guys are named after pants.
Yes.
Another. Yeah, the Levi's. Another.
I think the name came before the pants, though.
Oh, man.
Way to stay with that play. He did not give up on that play. That's good.
Knickerbockers.
All right, I'm turning off this game.
Why?
Why?
I'm
With
not
it.
watching. I can't watch anymore. I can't watch.
Yes, you
No,
can.
you're contractually obligated to keep your TV on.
No, I'll pay the fine. I'll pay the fine.
You gotta stay with it. Take your blood pressure medicine. Everybody's going to the end.
All right,
Yeah, you
here's-
ain't
here's
getting
my
that
blood
easy.
pressure medicine
Easy
right
don't.
Hey, to the Pirates. Hey, to the New York Pirates.
here. The New York
To
Pirates.
the Jack Sparrows.
Arr.
He made that
Knickerbocker
up.
sounds
It
like a
was in their
pirate.
pants.
I'd rather it to be a pirate. It sounds like pirates, Knickerbockers.
He just made that up. Their pants. All right, so
How did you miss that, Robinson? You like the MVP this whole night for the
just a
Knicks.
rundown of the score for those who are watching. Carl Anthony Towns has 20 points.
Yay, he missed it. He missed the free throw.
That's 29.
Uh-oh. Siakam back in the
How did you
game.
miss that?
Siakam back in the game, Eddie.
I know it.
Also at 10. Nimhard with Nimhard.
He's the answer. Yeah, say it right. Yeah. Nimhard.
Halliburton. Where is he? 11. Custom Siakam, 35. Neesmith, 10. Don't lose if you held Halliburton to 11.
Well, they shut him down, but he's moving the ball. He's Magic Johnson tonight.
That's an ugly jump shot.
No, don't talk about his jump shot.
No,
Man.
I'm
Don't
behind
talk
that.
about it.
I'm
Oh, come on, man.
damn.
Stop doing all that. What are we doing?
In and out. His daddy must be back in the building.
No, his daddy's in the club celebrating.
It's 195.
Oh my God, what a lucky bounce. Did you see that? That was a lucky bounce.
Is that Bridges?
I don't know.
Why? Oh,
All right. Halle with the
Too much dribbling.
Attack these dudes.
Still in the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
let's go.
Down 6. Y'all down 6.
No.
No. All right.
Stop letting him go left.
They can't stop him. That's
Stop
the issue.
letting him go left.
They cannot stop him.
They
So,
need to clean that floor, man. That's the second time somebody slipped in that area.
so if we finger touch Jalen Brunson, we get a foul, but they can tackle us.
Yes. They haven't been giving them good calls all the on the Knicks of fucking court. No.
Oh, hold up. Don't you come up in here crazy.
Yeah. We just watched.
I've been sitting here since I've been watching this game. They done tackled Indiana no fewer than 4 times.
Yeah,
No call.
Y'all don't put Lawrence Taylor on
I
the
don't
field.
want to hear it. I don't want to hear that whining. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And y'all in New York.
Listen. Let's go. I need y'all to play like 7 so that you're really tired when you hopefully play OKC.
Come on, Pacers. Let's go. Oh, shit. I don't have my laptop plugged in. Battery about
What are we doing? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
The Pacers are
Halliburton.
even in terms of like if somebody's switched off, they'll just pass it to the next man up, and that's valuable on any team. I don't know if any team is built that's solid, even my own. Right? OKC.
No, OKC is the team that's built that way, and that's the way they play. Come on.
All right. They gave up this game. They gave this game up.
7 points.
They just gave this game up. Like, what was that play?
What the hell?
Jesus.
Come on, Knicks. You cannot do this. Shout out to anybody that's streaming.
Maurice is not having. He's not having that great of a game.
If you are a Knicks fan or a Pacers fan, please be a Knicks
Siakam
fan.
is winning this game for them. To be honest with you.
And
They don't have an answer. They don't have an answer for him.
to Eddie's credit, he said that in the beginning that they don't have an answer for Pascal Siakam. But this is one of the times where I say this is a Carl Anthony Towns show. It should be a Carl Anthony Towns show because I don't think that they have an answer for him either. But he just wasn't raised that way as a player. And I don't think he's hit his ceiling. But maybe sometime it's too late in your career not to be.
Did we just do Hacker Shack?
106.99.
Well, he missed his last one.
Well, good foul.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle is a trip, man.
Good foul. Putting them bricks up.
Rick Carlisle is one of them good coaches. He is a great coach. I've always said that.
Sounds like somebody else earlier today.
Oh, he made that one.
Nick Carlisle is a great coach, except when there are fights on the court. Then,
yeah, it was his fault, the brawl.
So Sharon, you missed when Edward was trying to tell us that Malice in the Palace was Rick Carlisle's fault.
No, it was one of them damn Detroit fans' fault. That's who it was.
Hey, Omar, thanks for joining. Omar Branch, the Soul King of.
Hi, Omar. Hi, Omar. I've never seen Omar before. Hi.
What's up, man?
You gotta lure him out.
Wait a minute. It's been 10 years since I've been into MW. 10? I don't know.
Trolls don't come out for night. Trolls don't come out for daylight. So
the Knicks bring out everybody.
Oh, is he a Knicks fan? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, oh, you're not? Okay, good.
Chicago.
Oh, okay. You all right then? You all right?
So Omar, tell us what your thoughts are. Do you think the Knicks are going to pull this off? No.
If they lose tonight, no, they're done.
Uh-oh. They put Cat back in the game. Uh-oh.
If they lose tonight,
he got a lot of rest.
Comes Garfield.
If they lose tonight, they're done.
Hey, do you think they should fire Ted? Do you think he loses his job if they go down 0-2 tonight?
I hope they don't fire him. They would be stupid to fire him. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Stop firing these coaches after 1 or 2 seasons that you mad about. Give them a chance to do their thing.
But he runs his players down to the bones.
I don't care.
And
that's a great question, man. That's a very
why is he doing that?
That's a great question. I mean,
and you still have running up the minutes when you still have more games in the series.
Come on, shot clock, man. Let's go.
That's an excellent question.
Stop dribbling the ball and pass it.
Hold on. Let Omar answer the question.
Oh no, I know the game's excitement. No, I think that's a great. I think Tom Thibodeau is a good coach. I don't think he's a coach that can win a championship for you. My answer. He's a good coach. He'll always have a job because he wins. I mean, I'm a Bulls fan. We went to the East Finals, but he's not the one to get you over the hump.
Come on now, come on! Don't lose this game in the last minute.
You gotta. Come on, let's go.
Pass the freaking ball.
Oh Lord. Okay, I'm not watching the last 5 minutes. I can't watch it.
You got to
That's
take blood pressure
that's
medicine.
not good.
Halliburton.
Is Siakam
Hey
on the
man, I
floor?
have
Here, here.
PTSD, man. The Houston game, the Reggie Miller, the Heat with PJ Brown. Like it's not easy being a Knicks fan. It's like every time playoffs comes, I get flashbacks. I
Y'all
get
about to lose this
PTSD.
game, Eddie.
I get PTSD. Like I
Y'all
can't
letting
take
them
this shit.
y'all letting them
So,
stay there
so
too
this is what
And
the NBA does. This is what the NBA does that
Chance,
pisses me
3
off.
minutes,
he was out,
3 seconds, 3 points.
dudes from the bench. He decided
No,
to
he's
play
down by
anybody
3.
night. He lose.
This is what the NBA does that makes me mad. Okay, so it's almost like the NFL when you're up and you keep passing the ball, and it's like just run the clock. Why are we shooting threes and we're up 5, we're up 6? Why do we keep shooting fadeaway threes at the end of the shot clock? We might as well go to the hole.
That's Tyrese doing that.
They don't have a shot blocker. Do a switch, get Mitchell Robinson out on the 3-point line, and then take advantage of
Mitchell's on
everybody.
the bench. Mitchell's on the bench. He's on
They
the
don't-
bench.
They don't have
They
a
should
shot
just be
blocker.
driving to the hole. He's on the bench.
Find who Jalen Brunson is guarding and go at him.
I mean, we have a chance, so
Yeah, you're right,
still have
Steph
a
Curry, but
chance.
And you see, this is why I have to be a comfortable OKC fan. we kind of locked these things down early. 3 minutes left. We're like, okay, we're up 10. Let's not do anything. Let's not shake the boat. Let's not. If y'all want to do all types of passing, all types of doing
Come
other
on,
things.
Pacers. Let's go.
if the Knicks lose and the Timberwolves lose, who's
Wow,
super,
he lost a lot of weight.
who's a superstardom takes a bigger hit, Jalen Brunson or Anthony Edwards?
Jalen Brunson.
Fuck Reggie Miller. I'm sorry. Excuse my language.
What? Hey, does that word mean something different in New York?
No, it don't.
Does that mean celebrate? Does that mean pants put on her?
I love Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was the dude, man.
Term, especially when
Fine.
he's against the Pacers.
Find Jalen Brunson and attack him. How hard is that?
Y'all only down by 3. I mean, they only down by 3, y'all. You need to pull away. God damn, why does ball keep going in and out? That's a third one. Steal the ball. That's what you need to do right now. Steal the ball. Don't foul him. Just steal the ball.
Trap him.
Steal the ball. Oh no! What y'all? Oh my Lord. Okay, Hallie, 14. And then you throw away the ball.
Find Jalen Brunson.
All right. We're down to the wire. Don't let this be another like.
That was a nice bounce pass he gave him.
I don't want to hear that.
Oh, it is a foul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
They finally called one. Oh my.
At least we know Jalen Brunson can play quarterback for the Jets.
Oh, fuck.
Easy ball. So now, if Neesmith can make 2, is New York going to use their last time out here or push it and save it? And if they're pushing it, Indiana, if you're up 3, I would think uses the foul. And this is the same situation the Knicks were in game 1 when they were
4-0.
down the stretch. Remember those 2 big misses, one by Karl Anthony Towns and the other by OG. That's absolutely.
Yeah, don't even touch the ring. Don't even touch the ring.
You remind me of Reggie. Hey, Reggie. Make this ball. Make this basket, Reggie.
Okay. Jesus.
All right.
Sean, are you
3 to
okay?
tie. 3 to tie. No.
I'm taking
No.
my medicine.
Get the ball. Get the rebound. Get the rebound. God damn it. That's why I don't watch games with people.
Why?
Cause I don't like people to see me get all upset. And this is not even my team. Now, if the Lakers was playing, it'd be worse. I would not be on here. Would not.
Okay. And that's all she wrote.
Wait, who's the Knicks fan on here?
None of us.
No,
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna
Sean and Trish.
the Trish is not a Knicks fan.
No, not Trish.
Yes, she is. She's an anti-pacer.
and
Oh.
the
Oh my
Knicks
God.
just have the same colors as
Hell. I can't believe it.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, they done. They might win one game after this.
Let's go.
Yeah, they done.
Oh,
It's not over yet. Lots can happen in 4.2 seconds.
can it?
Yeah, that's right.
Can it?
Made them both.
Oh,
What?
man.
What the hell?
Oh, look at this guy's face, yo.
Man, this weekend is just so sad.
Reggie's
Sean,
so happy. Let me hear Reggie say
how
Reggie
many
happy
beers
as
are you
hell.
on already?
If you're from Indiana, there's no better team to beat. No better team. No better place to have a victory at Madison Square Garden.
Damn, Sean, how many bears? Sean, focus.
Then what?
Oh, he's like, what?
I gotta take my medicine again.
I'll put him back in there. Let him
That's
stay
your
out.
medicine?
Wow. It doesn't surprise me, man. Rick Carlisle is an excellent coach. It doesn't surprise me.
Edward
He
Phillips.
is. He is. He's an excellent coach.
Yep.
Hey, this is what's going to happen all year long. I got to hear about everybody else. Sooner or later, you're going to come. I told you, sooner or later, we're going to get y'all attention. Yeah. Y'all going to talk about us, damn it.
Y'all got the attention last year.
I don't believe they should be in the East.
Halliburton made 13 All NBA, right?
He sure did.
Yeah, he's Halliburton's a superstar. I don't care what nobody say.
See what winning does, Sharon? See what winning does?
If you're one of the 15 best players in the NBA, then you're up there.
Well, Trisha said that he's not a Batman.
He's not Batman.
Oh,
He's
man.
Iron Man. He's Iron Man. And his Captain America was
It don't matter.
Oh, man. Yo.
Batman had 15 points today?
Yo, kudos to you, man. You might have a Midwestern NBA Finals.
6-6, 2-0.
And the flights, if it's Pacers OKC, like the flights between Oklahoma and Indiana are about an hour. So
it might be on ESPN 8 the Ocho, but we're going to the finals, baby.
Oh,
the
man.
Ocho?
It's gonna be on
Yes,
Tubi. Tubi.
It's on the
Tubi.
Ocho.
Oh, Tubi.
Fine. We'll take it. We'll take
Tubi.
it.
Got an NFL game.
NBA
take
Finals
it.
about to be on Tubi, but
We'll
Look
take
who
it.
they interviewing first. Go ahead, Siakam.
Go ahead, Captain America.
Man.
wow.
Hey,
Good job.
after we win this series,
He had 39 points.
I don't want anybody to mention
Beesh.
Pacers unless you say Eastern Conference champions.
39. Monster.
Congratulations.
Yo, congratulations.
He has a pretty shot.
Thank you, man. I work my ass off for this. You know what I'm saying?
What you do? What did you do? Like you've been training with the team or something. What you been doing?
Loyal fan. You're a passionate fan, man. Fashion and fair.
But you want to hear something funny? I have zero Lakers anything. Nothing. Not one stitch, nothing. I don't even have an ink pen. Nothing.
I just have this to show y'all. But if you cut me open, my DNA is Pacers.
Nah.
Wow, I know
Tell
that
us,
shit.
hey, tell us how you feel. It's like y'all not excited about what just happened.
Nah,
You're not excited
I
about
am.
these future things.
This is not
Do
what
you
we
see the joy on my
wanted.
face? I'm
What the
ecstatic.
NBA wanted.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah,
You know,
y'all wanted New York. Y'all wanted the lights. Y'all wanted the show. It's not our fault. We bring in the show.
I think.
Y'all supply the arena. We bring the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Adam Silver is counting how much money he's gonna lose. He's like, damn, this is not the projections we wanted. They got like 5 TVs in Indiana.
I swear, Halliburton is fun.
Oh,
Halliburton is
that's
fun to
wild.
watch, though. He's fun to watch.
They
It's
got
so
5
much fun to watch.
TVs in Indiana.
That's foul.
How you watch the games, Eddie?
Do we get one for every victory we get every series? I think the NBA gives us a TV every time we win a game.
Is y'all gather in each other's living rooms? Put the fire put the fire on the outside and warm some s'mores. And
I
sit
wish
down.
we had Times Square. So you and your NBA. Who is that? Who is that in the stands
But
today?
you know, Indianapolis is a nice city, though.
It
Don't
is.
tell them. Don't tell them. No, we nothing. We nothing. Stay away.
No, it's a nice
No.
city. It really is.
Stay away. Just corn and fields over here.
I mean, it don't have nothing on New York City, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Well, Omar, you're a new visitor. Do you think that the finals is going to be Oklahoma City versus the Pacers, or the Wolves versus the Pacers? Since we're already
Nah.
counting out the Knicks here.
Nah, you said it. Indiana, OKC. Nah.
At least one of my predictions is coming true.
Nah, those are two
It's
of the
supposed to be
most
OKC in Cleveland. That's what was supposed to happen.
two well balanced franchises, man. They're very well balanced.
Well, game 2 is in Indiana. I hope the Knicks don't get swept. I hope for my
No, we ain't trying to hear none of that.
Get that grown. Get the home out.
No, not right now. Right now, it's all Pacer love. Sean, tell us how much you love the Pacers. Go.
Fuck Reggie Miller.
We don't love the Pacers, but
Did you?
You can't hate him. He ain't playing no more.
he's the reason why I'm just playing. So what we're gonna do, I think we can safely say that we did underestimate the Pacers. We can safely say that they're probably gonna win
Who's
this series.
we?
Yeah, we is too
Who
strong.
we?
We is too strong of a word.
Who's we?
The,
Me and
the Royal
this
League.
guy. This guy.
I mean, I still am pretty indifferent about the Pacers, but I give them this. They're beating the Knicks. Like, I can't say they're not. I just disputed how they were beating the Knicks.
Would you say they beat the? Would you say they beat the pants off the Knicks?
The Knicks is up
But you gotta remember, Trisha, Pascal Siakam is the cheat code. He is. It's like when he shows up, they win a chip. Then he goes somewhere else, and they win a chip. Well, why not now?
I mean, listen. Everybody on that team, I've
I gotta listen to my
underestimated.
guys. I see my babies. I gotta listen to my boy on TV now.
Which one of them?
Draymond. You gotta listen to Draymond. I know y'all hate him. I love the fact that nobody likes him but me. I love that.
We erased him.
He's a
earlier
funny
in the
guy.
show.
Draymond Green is funny. I like him. He's funny.
We erased him
I
from
like
history
Draymond.
in the beginning of the show. Why do we even? Why do we even care? He's gone from history.
I like Draymond.
Um,
I'm gonna call my dad. This is a big deal.
Well, you gonna call Tyrese Halliburton's dad?
I might. My dad probably down there drinking with him.
Before we wrap it up, I'm gonna save this last piece of machine for when Jeremy comes back.
I agree.
That's somebody's TV.
I thought he played tonight like, you know what? I let my team down in game one. Yes. And he came out aggressive from the get-go. And I thought he set the tone because he's kept him in the game in the first half. But, you know, Shaq, you always talk about a great player can't have two bad games. That to me was Siakam did tonight. You know what? Even though we won, I didn't do my part, but he got it going tonight. Yes, and then the rest of the guys joined the party. But he's the only reason they were in the game in the first place. Well, he played extraordinarily well. But the interesting thing about the Indiana Pacers is that they can have 4 guys take 20 shots, different nights. Naismith, Halliburton, Turner, Siakam, they're all going to take 20. Right. But those 4, you wouldn't be surprised if they took 20 shots. So it's hard to defend a team that is that versatile, and that's why they are where they are now. Well, that's what I'll say with Pascal. So he got in transition. He came and got the switch and they took advantage of the switch. So it's a lot harder to key on that. I was just going to say, I played with a guy just like that, Sam Tabalos. He's a guy who better without the ball. He's finished with 20, 25 points. I'm like, what are you play for him? I said, well, because Kevin Johnson damn always stupid all the time. Just kidding. The thing about, look, you're all defensive, 9th time this year. But you know how difficult this guy is. I'm worried about defending him.
Congratulations, Draymond.
It reminds me of Boris Diaw. Like, as soon as you touch somebody, he'll spin off. And so you can never get leverage on him. I was thinking about our series with Minnesota, and I was saying, I lost my matchup to Julius Randle. The only other time I really felt like I lost my matchup in the series was against Pascal Siakam. When we played Toronto, his championship that Shaq's been talking about, he destroyed me. And it's hard to figure out because it's not like a set play to where you can. It's just like random action, and he found a way to get the points. He's an extremely tough cover. And what I love about this guy, he's definitive with his moves. You don't dance around, put between his legs. You make a mistake defensively, 1 or 2 dribble.
Oh, two dribble pull up. That's all you need. All this dribbling. Hey, Eddie, tell your boy Tyree stop all that dribbling. Dribbling too much.
I agree. But hey, New Yorkers. 4 hours and 10 minutes is the flight from New York to Cancun. Go ahead and meet your Knicks there. You'll be there in a week. 4 hours and 10 minutes. You can get there. You can be there and welcome them off the flight. Go Pacers.
Listen, Eddie. You know this is being recorded.
I don't care. All of our shows are being recorded.
If the Pacers lose, she gonna have some really good material for her clip.
I'm in the editing room. Like, all right, let me play it, translate it in every language so that the whole world sees how wrong you're about this. Listen, you got your good wins. Congratulations, Pacers.
Hey, 4 hours and 10 minutes.
The word pacer means luck in some language.
It means what?
You can even wear your knickerbockers to Cancun. Y'all don't put some damn respect on our name.
Where's the pants in this house?
Y'all, you know what? Y'all could win a championship, and still people gonna laugh at y'all next year.
We're gonna laugh all day because
it's just like San Antonio won five titles. They got laughed at every single year. Nobody followed them except for the San Antonio fans. Nobody cared about them.
I don't think they got laughed at. You know who got laughed at? The Mavericks. You know, I'm still laughing at the Bucks. So it's those wins. Like we wouldn't say the Pacers are a legitimate champion. We would put them in the fluke category.
Why? Because we didn't beat LeBron.
No, because it's a weak ass league. Anybody can step up and win a championship now.
I mean, you
Shit.
got past the
Orlando could be there. Orlando probably be there next year. We just don't know.
No, but I know who is going to be there.
No, you're gonna lose if you win this year. You ain't winning next year.
Listen. To you.
I'm just saying.
To big cities, y'all need like 3 or 4 titles. One title means the world to us. Like the Colts have one title, means the world. Peyton Manning got a statue, means the world. We got a new stadium. Rest in peace, Jim Irsay. We love you. Thank you for everything. One title in Indiana is everything. So we only need one.
I hear you. But you're not getting it. But this is good exercise for
It
y'all.
means something. It means something to you, but it don't mean nothing to us. See, we still not gonna take y'all seriously.
Yeah, sound like a broken record. Remember when the playoffs started? I was like, Milwaukee. I got Milwaukee.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say I got Milwaukee.
I got
I
Cleveland.
never said that.
I
said Cleveland.
Yeah. Bone Thugs and
I
Harmony.
said Cleveland. I've been saying Cleveland all season. I said Cleveland. I said Cleveland before they had played one game. I predicted that from the beginning. Before they even started having a great season.
Cleveland,
because I just could not pick the Celtics. I said, no, it ain't the damn Celtics. It's the Cavaliers. That's what I said.
It's okay. When are y'all going to see? When are y'all going to open your eyes and make Jalen Brunson play defense? Just a little bit. Just like be able to stop my 5-year-old daughter. Just do something on defense. Wave your arm. Do something.
Your 5-year-old daughter is pretty good at basketball, and I don't know if many people
right.
But like,
because she's from Indiana.
Just to clarify, I don't believe in two-way players. I believe if you become a two-way player, you're actually not that great. If you want Jalen Brunson to play defense, then you're going to take away from his offense, and they need all of his offense right now. So let him only spend his energy on an offense until, maybe Cat steps up or they get another piece that's dependable. But right now, we don't need him to play defense.
Yeah, lips.
But one guy can't outscore 8. So sooner or later, you're going to play. One guy can't outscore 8 or 9.
Things that you have to come to the arena.
We just don't want him injured.
We used to say, well, there's 3 things you got to do. For me, I was going to say, I better push the ball as fast as I can. I'm going to make sure I make great entry passes. I'm going to run into my shot. Those are the 3 things I'm like, I got to do that every day. What are the 3 things that you say for this team? Because it isn't
You got a fresh cut.
That you say, I got to do these 3 tonight.
I feel sorry for the Knicks fans though right now because this was a big deal. Me too.
Oh, let me turn on my girls.
So sorry for Knicks fans, because of the way the Knicks fans act is ridiculous. Like that guy walking along downtown in a Tyrese Halliburton jersey, you throw a trash bag at him.
Do the best I can. I think if I'm doing my job, I'm not being solid. For guys to be accountable, and I think that also gives me more equity to hold guys accountable. Doing my job there, helping out, and just doing the best I can in that end. So those are the biggest things to me. And the other was figure out ways to win. Figure out ways to win. I think that starts with me at the point guard position, and then I'm thinking we get us kicked. JT, the ghost is packing a complete
Is it my sports?
I don't know if they're better than the team in the 2000s, but they have a better chance of winning because that team playing Shaq and Kobe, there's nothing we could have done about that.
Oh, they're rivals.
But Shay's going to be.
Omar, you can go ahead and ask your question out loud too. I didn't hear it. Let the people hear it.
Oh no, he answered it. I said, because I see similarities with the Indiana team that went in 2000. Very well balanced. It's just a well balanced team. That's what. But he answered the question. I mean, he answered his opinion. Which team you think is better?
I think Shay. I think if it's OKC, you got one. You got Batman for real. But then you don't have. Like the Lakers had 2 Batmen, Shaq and Kobe. So remember when Shaq found out a game, I think it was game 4, and game 3, and we were all excited. Game 4, we were all excited because we thought we was gonna take them, and Kobe took over the overtime period. I don't know if something happens to Shea. Do they got somebody else that's going to take over?
Well,
So,
I
but I
thought
told,
we don't.
but we don't have superstars. We don't have superstars. We're Indianapolis, Indiana. No superstars want to come here, right? We either got to draft you or trade for you, but nobody's going to free agency choose to come to us, right? Because we don't have the nightlife. We don't have all the extra stuff that everybody else has. So we have to play this way. We got to play as a team.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, you have two of probably the most underrated players in the NBA, with Tyrese and Pascal. I mean, I always thought Pascal was a great player. He just, he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah.
Right.
And the game today puts him in the running for the Eastern Conference Finals trophy.
Oh man. Okay, wait. Who would get Who would get the
The Larry Bird Trophy.
Yeah.
Who
Just
are
put
you
them in
giving
the
the
running.
Eastern Conference Finals MVP to?
Probably I mean, we got 2 more games to play, so or 3 more, or 2 more, 3 more, depending on who you
No,
talk to.
just two. Just two. They're gonna sweep them.
Going to
I'm gonna say
seven.
I
They're
think
gonna sweep them.
Siakam is the front runner right now after tonight.
What do you think, Eddie?
See, here's the thing. You're asking who should get it or who will get it because the media votes for it. So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're going to Tyrese Halliburton because they don't know the Pacers. So they're just going to, like I said, the NBA always tries to push the individual. They don't like pushing the team. They like pushing the individual. And so Tyrese Halliburton hitting that shot to put game 1 in overtime, people are going to look at that. I mean, Siakam would have to have 2 more games like this for him to overtake it. But as long as it's a Pacer with the trophy, I'm good.
So with that said, I want to give Eddie the last 2 minutes of the show to glow. I mean, you earned it. Your team earned it for you. This is not no group effort because I wasn't rolling with you. Most of us wasn't, and Sharon just hates everybody that's not from Michigan or Indiana. So like, you have the floor tonight. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes just to say how you feel about the Indiana Pacers, whatever you want, but it's only 2 minutes because we don't want to hear too much of that.
No. Wait a minute. You know how we do when the Pacers win. I share the spotlight. I'm the Halliburton. But no, New York is a dangerous team. I love just Indiana going against New York. Jalen Brunson's a monster. I wish Cat would play not like Cat Williams, not like he's Cat Williams' height and play his height. But you're seeing a real team. You're seeing a real team. And here's the thing: our mirror image is in the Western Conference right now, and they're up 2-0 too. They just have a superstar MVP. So I can't even really gloat. I think that I said at the beginning, they don't have an answer for Pascal Siakam. We're going to make you run, and Tibbs plays into it by not playing his bench. And even when he tries to play bench players late, they don't know what to do because they're not really in game shape because they haven't been playing. Our job is to run you into the ground. So, like I said, New York, 4 hours and 10 minutes can get you to Cancun, meet your team there, put on some New Balances. We're going to run you 2 more times, and then you're going to look exhausted and make mistakes in the fourth quarter. We're going to pull away. We're going to sweep you. Get out the brooms.
Okay.
Wizard of Oz, Wicked Witch of the West style. We're just going to bring out our broom.
With that,
There's some dirt on our floor, like the dirt on
all
that
right,
floor.
that's enough. Sorry.
Keep the Jets and Giants at home. Stop tackling us. We want to go to the finals.
All right, you got your 2 minutes, Pacers.
We want to go to the finals healthy.
That's it. That's the end of the show. Not the expectation. Not the ending we want, but the ending we got. Salute to the Indiana Pacers, barely. Let's hope New York can go to and pull out 2 games and make this somewhat of a show. I want to thank Coach. I want to thank the Chocolate Fighter. I want to thank a troll who came out into the light for a few minutes just to share some thoughts and questions. Omar and Sean, take your medicine. Take a the next game will be a little bit better, and they might pull it off. With that being said, that's a 2-minute warning show. Peace.